Welcome to another video from Divination Counseling Service. Today I want to present to you the ingress chart for May 24th, 2020, and this ingress is into Cancer. So first of all, let's talk about how important it is that the ingress chart is in Cancer. Well, first of all, know that 0 degrees of Cancer is a part of the Aries point. So let's talk about the fact that for the next few days, we are going to be more enamored with the world at large, whether it's the greater world or it's our own world. So we know that when the moon is in Cancer, we are more focused at, 0 degrees of Cancer. Same thing with 0 degrees of Aries, 0 degrees of Libra, and 0 degrees of Capricorn, because they're all considered the Aries point. And it's really important because when the moon comes there, you might be more concerned with things that are beyond yourself. So just pay special attention to that. Maybe make a note of that. So I want to talk a few things with this particular moon. First of all, it sits up here. Look at that nice conjunction. It sits up here with the North Node. Not far away is Vesta. So let's talk about the fact that it's still going to be important to distance between our connections, okay? It's also about work connections and the fact that people are maybe perhaps connecting more at work. Here, the 8th house is always known for combined resources, but it's also the resources of others. And when you see the node here with the moon and the Vesta, you have to wonder, again, it makes a lot of sense. The distancing is because we really don't know what anyone else has. We don't know what we have. So it makes a lot of sense. Mercury is also conjunct. It's an out of sign conjunction, but Mercury is right here with our work, our goals, and this concept of being distance. So we are even maybe hearing about that there could be news associated with that. But let's look at the bigger picture. When the moon is conjunct Vesta and Mercury, okay, realize that we are, in a matter of speaking, more directly affected through our communications. So we're more likely to state it as we really feel it. But the nice part about the conjunction here is that the mind and the moon are on the same page. And that does really help emotionally. So then we move on, and some other things I'd like to bring up, other aspects of, because I wrote a lot about this. Look at this. Holy crap. I mean, we're talking a lot of connection here, okay? So we talked about a few. We talked about some of the obvious. But let's look at this beautiful trine. There's a trine to Mars. Here we go, okay? There's also a trine to business, Apollon. So, that kind of also brings up the whole thing of emotionally we're able to deal with the amount of business that we're given. I think in anybody's case, we're not talking about a lot of business, but enough. I think that, we look at this moon conjunct or parallel, because I like to refer to it as a conjunction, but it's a parallel to Kronos. That's interesting. The same thing with the moon to Hades. Are we in tune emotionally with this pandemic? Because that would be Hades. But it also could be the whole idea of we are connected with it and we realize the importance of it. Here we go with moon in opposition to 2 ascendants, which means the descendant, again, being more aware of other people. That's actually a good thing, because I think for a long time people go through life and they're sort of dead. But let's go back to, they're not paying attention. So let's go back to is this the public doing what the authorities want, accepting the authorities? Because, Cronus is our authorities. But, here's another concept. It's also female authorities, and maybe this is a really good time to connect with those female authorities and give them the credit due. And that includes your mother. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Mom is ruled by this moon, and because it's Cancer, And that's what rules Cancer. Cancer is the mother. So, pay attention to your moms. This might be a really great time. And, for a lot of people, it might be about delayed Mother's Days, just, trying to uh, be there for their moms now. So that's really kind of a cool thing. So, one more thing I wanted to look at. So, if the eighth house is other people's resources and it's money, and like I say, there isn't going to be a lot of it at first. So, we can't really expect that there's going to be this booming business because I don't think it's going to work like that. I think a lot of people are worried about their debts, eighth house, and so they owe a lot of money out. And because of that, they're not going to feel so good about the money in. So here we do have a south node still in the second house. So money continues to be a problem with Lilith. We really get that there's some decisions that have to be made, maybe regarding the household, so, or the house itself. So that's really interesting. But Pluto also tells us right here as it goes into the cusp of the third, where Jupiter is, that though we're feeling better, we probably are looking at the whole financial money thing a little bit different in the next couple of days. So again, the process of evolution. These charts are only good for a couple of days, but it really is a wonderful way to like kind of look at astrology, not every day, but every other day, and look at our evolution. Okay, we're getting a little bit further apart here with the Sun and Adamitas. We're still stuck. But we're not that stuck. And now we have the ascendant closer than we do Adamitas. So we are starting to feel better in these few days. And this is good because I think this will mark out the some of the Memorial Day holiday. So with that said, if you have any interest in any private work, or if you have any questions, please contact me through divinationcounselingservice.org. In the meantime, spread the word for anyone who's interested in astrology. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to be a part of your process of study. Until we meet again, happy readings.